Welcome to Daily Matters with Jack and Cabber. We talk about topics of interest such as relationship, politics, social wrath manifestations and protests, social unrests including robbery, rape, domestic violences and assassination, discovery, natural disasters and calamities, religion, and art, hip-hop, soccer, and all the miscellaneous and news around the globe are unfolded here.
Some truths and straightforwardness could shock some of our viewers. Daily Matters with Jack and KABR, a stage of truth.
Hello ladies and gents, so welcome again to our channel. Here is Mr. Cabaret and
Mr. Jack too.
And today we're going to develop another topic, another shocking topic, right?
Absolutely. So we say welcome back to our show, Daily Matters. And like he already said, we have a very interesting topic to go through today with you guys.
And that is?
Which is, how can a breakup be a catalyst? How can a breakup actually push a human being to succeed in his life?
Okay, so how can breakup you get the topic? How can a breakup be a catalyst, meaning be a motivation to one's success, be a key element to one's success?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Mr. Jack, first of all, how can you define success?
All right. So success is a broad word, so it depends. So we have different types of success, and for me, I would define success, financially. I would say that I am a successful person if I have a lot of money and if I have many houses and many cars and everything that I want, because everybody defines what success is for themselves.
That's it.
So it depends. Reaching your goals is type of succeeding.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would put it in that way. Everybody define success for themselves. So things that you want in your life, when you get to reach them, then you can say you're a successful person.
Yeah. So as you said, initially, so success is subjective. Okay, it depends on everybody.
Absolutely.
Everybody has their own success, right?
Absolutely.
For you, it is the material success that matters.
Yeah.
Right.
For me, we're in a modern world, and you know how it is, right?
Yeah. Material
people
success.
are gonna run after material instead of
Professional
success and other types of success. But the most important for me is a financial success, because when you have this one, and then I can say that it's going to bring you all the others.
All right. Okay. So here, when we're talking about breakup can be a catalyst to one's success. It is not only about the man's side, okay? It can be from the girl side too. So we're gonna develop all those aspects of breakup that can contribute as catalyst to someone's success.
Absolutely.
So Mr. Jack, let me ask you this question. Right. So how can a partner feel when their partner let him?
Obviously, this is a hard situation nobody wants to be in. Whenever you are dumped as a partner, as a human being, absolutely right away you're going to feel frustrated. You're going to feel the pain because it's hurting. You're going to feel a little devastated, like everyone will. I think everyone who is in loving relationship, if you really love your partner, then being dumb is going to cause a lot of pain within yourself. So you're going to be frustrated, and you're going to have to live a short moment or a long moment of pain and suffering.
All right. So talking about breakup, do you think that if you really love your partner, and he or she dumps you, do you think that you should go and beg as a beggar to make the person come back?
I would not do it, and I don't advise.
But don't you think that if you don't do it, maybe sometimes you need to do it because sometimes you're wrong. The partner let you because you did something really wrong and you need to apologize.
Yeah.
So if you don't go to it, it's like a pride that can destroy. I mean, a relation that you will never have again.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
So you said it depends. if I was personally caught red-handed cheating on my partner, or if I did any mistake that can bring about, breaking up, then I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah.
Then I'm guilty. So normally, if you're guilty, then you should come to your partner and apologize.
Yeah.
You should be sorry for what you did, whatever you did, and that was wrong. You're gonna for sure, try to apologize and try to still keep the relationship together.
Yeah.
For you not to get apart.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the first thing to do if you're in a guilty situation.
All right. I see. Right, but you talked only about one aspect. You said that it is when you cheated on her that you should go back to her and apologize. So don't you think that sometimes it may be another aspect, like you may abuse her, like you may talk in a not comfortable way, and she got mad and all of that. So you don't think that all this, these little things also you need to sometimes be humble and go to your partner and say sorry?
Absolutely. Like, cheating is broad, not just cheating doesn't mean that you spend some time with another person or you had sex with another person. Even testing someone, or as a man, if you're testing a girl and you guys are talking about something like relationship, you trying to date the girl, even if you haven't had anything like sex together, this is still called cheating.
Yeah.
So I think whatever the problem is in a relationship, whatever you do and which is not which doesn't contribute to the welfare of your guys' relationship, if it has anything wrong, then normally you should apologize. You just talked about abuse.
Yeah.
If you abuse the girl,
Yeah.
and then if she doesn't appreciate, or if you did anything wrong that makes her feel not good at all or something like that, then normally you should come out there and try to apologize, for her to forget and forgive.
Right. So thank you, Mr. Jack, for this right answer. So what do you think about this question? In a relationship, two people they're supposed to love each other. So how come that two people who are supposed to love each other can come to a breakup? So don't you think that if a breakup happens, it means that one of the partners was waiting for an opportunity to bounce? Because if really two people claim to love each other, they should find a place in the heart to forgive the other, no matter the situation or the reason that was pushing them to put an end to the relation. Guys, our fathers and mothers do. So they forgive each other no matter the situation. They keep living, with each other. So don't you think that a real relationship that is, deserve to be called so, should not come to an end?
I think that, in a loving relationship, when you guys really love each other and when you guys are really committed in a relationship, you can't think about a possible breakup. You can't conceive the idea of getting apart one day, of letting each other go. This is quite impossible to think of. But I think it depends on what's wrong in the relationship. It depends on a mistake. It depends on the thing which is going wrong. Like I said, there's some mistakes that are hard to forgive. And especially for men. This is a little. It's a little normal. We're gonna call it in that way because everybody sees it as normal. A man cheating on a girl. This is seen as a little bit normal because by nature we men are conceived to cheat.
You don't think so? Yeah. This point is really interesting. You touched a very important point. You said that it is normal for a man, that it is acceptable.
Yeah.
It is conceivable that men cheat. That a man cheat on a female partner. So right? Don't you think that this was a form of ideology, a form of misconception of our parents? Don't you think that in nowadays world we should a little bit try to understand and try to put ourselves in our female partner's shoe to know how bad she can feel about seeing a man doing that? So don't you think that it should be reciprocal? The girl should not cheat and the man also should not cheat. Even though it is difficult for a man to stay with one partner, but don't you think that it should be, a common thing and not just specialized, and not just, giving favor to men?
I would say that, girls, or in general, female women in general, are the ones who are not accepting the reality.
It's a reality.
Yeah, that's the reality. Somebody said that man loyalty is just providing a relationship. When a man is in a relationship, his loyalty is defined by the fact of providing in a relationship, by the fact of taking care of the lady, of the woman. Yeah, like you said, bring food on the table, and also staying there and provide for any financial issue. This is loyalty for men. By nature, we are conceived to cheat.
All right.
That's how it is. So I think it depends. You may have if you're lucky enough, you may have a guy who is trying as hard as possible to, control himself, not to allow himself to do, this kind of stuff like cheating. Yeah. But I think by nature, even girls understand. Some girls understand that's the reason why some religion, like Muslim, they allow men to take more than just one wife, because this is like, by nature we're conceived to cheat. We should go outside and see what's different from what we have in.
Yeah, that's it.
Feel me?
Yeah.
And somebody said that sometimes for a man you need to go out and explore what's outside.
He says explore.
Yeah, explore what's outside to know the value of what you have at home.
All right. So do you know there's a weird reality, because there's some women, when the men don't cheat on them, they're not feeling comfortable. Do you know that?
Yeah.
They don't see the man like a valuable man, like a man who can afford another than them.
Absolutely.
So at a certain moment, she would start talking at you like, she would start being rude with you, because she would think that she's the only option you can have. But unless you prove her the opposite by, having some side chicks that she's going to be seeing, and she's going to be jealous and know that now you're not just, she's not just your portion. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So that's how it is. It may seem awkward, it may seem weird, but that's how it is. Female, generally women, girls in general tend to give value to a man who is desirable, who is attractive. A man who attracts every girl whenever he passes by. Yeah. So they feel that you have value when most of women are chasing after you.
Okay, but can a man feel comfortable, seeing other men, envying his wife? But he can feel proud. But it is when now those people are trying out to quarter to try to womanize or that. Yeah. Maybe you're gonna feel hurt.
Absolutely.
If not, when people like his wife,
we men want other men to say that your wife is beautiful, your wife is hot, she's dope, but we don't want them to go after her.
It is not easy. So sometimes you underestimate what you have at home. You may be like, she's nothing, she's too neglectable, and it is when you're gonna go outside and you're gonna try to find some side chicks. But at a certain moment, you would see that no.
Yeah, that's it. Somebody said that's by nature a man should go out, like I said, explore and be aware of the valuable women they have at home. Whenever they go out and they get tired by what they have outside, like some ladies asking for money or a lot of stuff, require a lot from them. When they go outside and they explore what's outside, and at a certain level they can know the value of the woman they have at home. So this is also really important.
Yeah, it is
in a relationship.
Really
so I'm gonna tell women to accept the fact that to allow their man to have some side chicks outside.
Come on, no.
It really is important, like I said.
So you support this?
It's really is important. Like I said, a man should go out sometime and learn some lessons that are gonna help him, to come back home and put as much effort in the relationship at home and work for the best and to get them together for forever.
So a real man should not be always talked
That's
to his
it.
wife.
A real man,
like a pot of glue.
Yeah, like somebody said that a man who is faithful is a man who is poor.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you're faithful, then you are poor, because by nature, if you have the means to go outside and explore and date other girls because you have the means, then you will. As a man by nature, you will. If you
you reminded me of the question. Do you think that there's no faithful man? If there's faithful man, so that person is a poor man.
Absolutely. Like I said, if you are faithful, then you don't have any opportunity. Like you don't have any possibility to go out. If you do have the possibility by nature as a man, you will.
So the man who is poor just disguise themselves into a Catholic vicar.
Yeah, they can't allow themselves to have other ladies other than what they have home.
So they prefer to
so they
pretend.
play that
That's
role of I'm faithful to my wife. I don't cheat on my wife. All of that. It's just because you don't have the means. You can't.
And you know also that there are some women that pray for the husband to collapse in their businesses, to be poor, and the husband is going to be faithful for them. Like at a certain moment, the husband was really brilliant, really successful in what he's doing, and he got no time for the wife. He is always abroad, always no time for even to touch the woman once in a week. It is a problem.
Yeah.
So the woman will now be praying for the man to be poor. Don't you think that this reality is sometimes corrupts some women's mind?
Absolutely, it does.
But it is suicidal, bro. It is suicidal. Imagine if the guy becomes poor. It's going to be.
I mean, like I said, female women in general are really, hard to understand. But I think this is a part of it. If a man is too busy, you barely have time for your woman. You barely have time for your family or a lady or your girlfriend. Which is what is really bizarre and really awkward is they don't want a man who is lazy. They don't want you to be always at home.
Yeah.
Whenever they go to pay you a visit, you are always home. You're like calling them to come to pay you some visit because you don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
At a certain time, they feel like bored. They feel like, oh, this man is a lazy man.
No, this is natural.
But in that same line, they don't want you to be too busy. They want you to be half busy and have time for them. So when a man is too busy at a certain level, they pray for your business to collapse, like you said, for everything not to work out as it was, or as properly as possible, so you can have a little bit of time for them.
Without even thinking about the future of the children.
But when this is gonna happen, she's also going to be abusing you. Like, why did this happen?
Yeah.
Why did your business collapse? What are we gonna eat?
Yeah, she's gonna blame. She's gonna be blaming you.
She's gonna start blaming you.
Yeah, she's been the one to be praying.
Like, this is all your fault. This is all your fault.
Yeah.
But it's like that. It's weird, but it's a sad reality that we have to accept.
All right, Mr. Jack. So, are you gonna blame women? Women of businessmen, women of men who don't have time for the wives who are always abroad traveling, and those women find a boy side to give them pleasure. Do you think we should blame those women or not? Because sometimes she's a human being. She's not wooden, so she also sometimes needs natural to be hit. Right? She needs to be hit, and there's no man. The man is always outside, always running. Thinking about his businesses. So, and she's gonna find another person like a young man to be going to hotels, taking care of her. So, do you think this is normal? In that case, can we qualify this woman as unfaithful, or just she's doing what is not?
You know what? If you cheat on your partner, then this is called unfaithful.
Yeah, but you're not there. Yeah, I know. I understand, but she's a human being too. When you're going to be running your business aside, bro, you're going to also be having some side chicks, even though you're the man.
No, it's possible that you may not.
Come on. You know that man.
A man
90% of them.
We said it. Men by nature are cheaters. But if you have a faithful man, sometimes a man can be. There are some men who are really dedicated to what they're looking for in life. Dedicated to their dreams, dedicated to their goals. So you may have a man, yes, he's going outside, he's going abroad, he's running after his businesses, trying to get things together, but he's still faithful to you. You think all of that. So what I would say is, this is called unfaithfulness. As a woman, if you cheat on your man, this is called unfaithfulness. But we may understand it. We may understand you. By the fact that you said that if a man doesn't really have time for his woman, is always outside looking for money and other stuff, then we can understand her that she's also a human being and she needs to, to have that man's affection by her side. This is really important. But I think in that case, communication should be put at first.
Communication.
Yeah, communication.
Maybe she talked many times about it, and it is still the same situation. So she has no other means, no other savior than just to to indulge in such a thing.
I would say that if this happens, like 60%, the man doesn't love her. Because
so?
if a man is into you, even if he's running after businesses, even if he has a lot to take care of, outside in a professional field, he still is going to have time for you. Whenever you communicate, he's going to say, yeah, I recognize that I don't have time for you. I don't have as much time as you want, but I'm still going to manage. But if he doesn't want to understand anything, then it means he has some chicks outside taken care of. He's having some good moments outside.
Yeah.
So he's like maybe tired of you, or there's no more that feeling. He's not excited whenever he sees you anymore. Like that feeling and excitement whenever he sees you disappears. So
he's just with you because you have children together.
Yeah, maybe it's just with you because you guys have children. So you have a lot together. So get apart like that is going to be a lot tricky.
Yeah.
But the excitement disappeared in a relationship.
All right. So before starting before going deep down to our point, let me ask you the last question. So what do you think about those men who every time I'm talking about having 5 or 6 rounds with a girl? What do you qualify those type of people? Because I mean, a normal person, rich people don't force too much, just 1 or 2, and they're okay. But a young person, you should go out there and work and for a bright future, and you instead of that you've been thinking about how to satisfy a girl 5 times or 6 times. Is that normal for you?
I think it depends on every man's capacity. I'm not gonna blame other men who can go up to 7 rounds or
Now for me, I think that no. I know it's good.
I think that's not a challenge. It's not a competition. I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody.
I know.
Then what's really important to me is be able to do that with her. But this is really tricky because there are some women that can't be satisfied just with 1 round.
I'm not saying one round is.
They want you to go up to 2, 3, 4, rounds if possible. If a man is not capable of going up to 3 or 4 rounds, then he is seen as incapable. He's going to be in most cases, some men are going to be blamed by their women or by their girlfriends, like you are incapable, you can't do anything, like all of that. But I think that's not a challenge. That's not a challenge. It all depends on your main capacity. So you guys have to adapt. You have to learn to know each other. Sexually talking. You have to know what your man is capable of, and a man should also know what the woman or what the girlfriend is capable of. So you guys should be able to communicate in that regard. So you should be able to communicate and learn to know how my partner functions, and then you can try to connect your energy and try to come up to conjugate that, to have a better experience.
Okay, but what I mean is what? What I mean is that is that people tend to think that most of the men who have this mindset of sleeping with a girl 5 times a day or 6 times a day, that jobless people. They'll think this is not bad, but somehow a man that's gonna spend 6 hours in a room with a girl.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it is a synonym of
laziness,
joblessness,
idleness. Absolutely, all of those terms. A man who has a lot outside to take care of, who has a lot, outside in terms of business and in terms of affairs, is not going to have, 6 hours, 5 hours in a room locked down with a girl. No, it's not possible. If it lasts long, it's like, some minutes, and he goes out for his businesses.
Okay, so now let's come back to the deep down of our subject, the core point. That is how to know. I know how. A breakup can contribute as a catalyst to someone's success.
All right.
Right. So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
How can this phenomenon be possible to inspire men to succeed?
Yeah, so like how can a breakup inspire both partners to succeed in their lives individually?
That's it.
I think this is really hard. Like you said, after a breakup, if you guys really loved each other, if you guys were committed after the breakup, you're gonna be devastated. You're gonna be really frustrated. You're gonna feel the pain deep down. You know, it's gonna hurt you like hell.
Yeah.
Feel me? But I think that as hard as it sounds, as hard as it may sound, you guys still have to find ways out, out of that. Whenever there is a breakup, then it means something is wrong.
Yeah.
It means something wasn't working as perfectly as possible.
That's it.
When a breakup happens, you should go outside. You should retract. You should try to put yourself together and go after your success and work as best as possible in the line of your success. So after a breakup, success should become your priority, or yourself should become the priority. Do you feel me? Like maybe in a relationship you were used to putting the girls or the girl at first place, like she is the most important, or the relationship is the most important. You were like investing most of your time in a relationship to work out, but after the breakup, I think you as a human being should come first. So you should put yourself first and try to work on yourself as best as possible to get the best version of yourself, which is going to allow you to run after your goals, to run after your success. So after the breakup, I know it's painful, I know it's really hurting, but you should put yourself together, because there are some people just at a breakup can bring them to fail in life.
Yeah.
It can have
they're not mentally strong.
They're not mentally strong enough to deal with that and be able to let go and be able to forget about all the pain and the other person as well. And so I think you should try to put yourself together. I don't have the person anymore, but what is at stake here? It's myself.
Yeah.
I'm at stake, and my whole future is at stake. So you should be able to, I know it's hard, but put yourself together and start working on yourself as best as possible to reach the best version of yourself.
All right. Thank you for the answer. But I guess that you beat around the bush.
Yeah.
You prefer not to go straight to answer what I mean. So what it means here is what? It's like now when there's a breakup, okay, both of you are working, okay, to prove to the other that they were wrong to let you, okay, because they were the best ever they could find, okay. They will never find another like you. So it's like a competition that you're trying to do. You're trying to work harder as much as possible to be somebody, okay, to prove her or to prove it that it was wrong. So it is that fact that I want you to answer.
Yeah, that's a sad reality. Whenever there's a breakup, both partners want to start working on themselves, to show or to prove the other partner that you was wrong or you were wrong letting me go. Like you're never gonna find somebody like me anymore.
I'm the best ever.
Yeah, I'm the best ever that you ever can have in your world, and the fact of letting me go, I'm gonna prove you by things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Some may even pretend nothing is going on by their side, but outside they may pretend that something is going on. They may pretend that especially men, they're gonna start going to places, taking photos, and putting the photos on status, on Facebook, on social media, so the other partner can see and know that something is going on in my partner's life, my ex life. He's trying to get his stuff together. He's thriving in life. He's becoming more successful, so she or he can feel jealous.
So you think people are going on social media to pretend sometimes?
Yeah, some people pretend. Like I said, some people pretend. If you want to go deep down into it and try to investigate, nothing is happening. They're stuck.
It is just hard
It's hard, but they're trying to prove the other partner by social media and other stuff that you let me go. I'm doing this. I'm getting better.
But do you think it is normal? It is mature for a man or a girl after a breakup to just be posting with a new partner, like he is my like be calling my sweet the most beautiful, like.
I think
things like that,
I
posting to to let you see that she got a better one.
I've always
than
said that. I have always said that if a person is strong within, you don't need to show it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You don't need to show it
And
outside. You don't
generally,
need to prove
it's
anything.
girls who tend to do that.
Whenever you see a girl or a man trying to take pictures with other girls or other men to show, the other partner that
their sexual life,
something is going on within my life. This is what I have. This is the woman I have now. You can see her; she's more beautiful than you are, or you can see my man; he's richer than you are, or he has this that you don't have. Then at some point in your mind, you have a hard time trying to forget about the person. You can't forget about the person. That's the fact. That's the reality.
Yeah.
Like, you really can't forget about the person. So you are trying as best as possible to show the person that this is going on in my life, and I have this, you don't have. Like, you are still emotionally attached to the person.
Yeah,
that's the reality. If you are like strong, if you forgot about the person, and if you got yourself together, you don't need to show it.
Yeah,
you don't need to show it.
Okay. So good thing that some breakups are God plan. Okay, like God plan that it is God plan to push the man to be somebody in his life.
That's it. Absolutely. There's a man who really are lazy. And most of the time, men who
the terminology is not comfortable, but it's the reality.
Absolutely. There's some men. I'm gonna use a better word. There's some men who are couch potato.
Come on, bro.
I'm gonna use a better word. Truth should be told.
Yeah.
You should shock men as possible.
Of truth, yeah.
Absolutely. We say whatever is true out here.
Yeah.
So I think breakups are sometimes really important in a man's life
to
for
open
him,
his eyes.
Yeah, because there's some men, they think like, I have this girl, that's all. Yeah, especially men who are handsome. They rely on their handsomeness, and they think like, oh, I have this woman, she can never bail on me, she can never let me go, because she can never have some other man or another man who is more handsome than I am. So the man, no matter what I do, no matter what happens in a relationship, she's always going to be begging for me to stay. She's always going to be apologizing. But at a certain time in a relationship, when he is shocked by the reality, by the fact that the girl,
the waking up is brutal.
The girl that he was thinking could never let him go, comes out there and says that, you know what? I'm sorry, but I think we should break up. That's shocking. That devastation. He's now gonna stop. Relying on his beauty, relying on his handsomeness. This is just a piece of it.
Yeah.
We're not saying this is not important. If you are handsome by nature, this is it. It's an advantage.
Plus. Yeah, it's a plus.
It's an advantage. It's an advantage. But I think that a man should not rely on this. You should not only rely on this. And the fact of breaking up with him is going to allow him to be aware of the reality, to be aware of what's going on, and to be aware of that fact that a man is more defined by what he has.
Yeah.
By things that he has for himself. Money, houses, cars, and everything.
So the breakup should happen so that he can know that, okay, a relation is secure, a relation it can last, is sustainable, okay, when the man keeps being successful.
Absolutely.
Girls are only attracted to successful people.
Absolutely.
Not beauty. Beauty is when you're like 18 or 20.
Yeah, like I said.
This is childhood love.
It's
but after that, when you're 30 now, it is another level. The girl wants a man that's going to be able to take care of her family, going to be able to take care of her siblings, all of that. So,
like you said it, only immature girls who are like 18, 17 are going to see men out there, oh, this man is cute, this man is handsome. But the more they start aging, the more they start, getting old, and they become aware of the fact that handsomeness can't do nothing. Handsomeness is not going to fit me. Handsomeness is not going to take care of the family.
Yeah.
I, personally, and we're supposed to have kids.
Yeah.
So handsomeness cannot solve this. So a man, we are defined by what we have, by our material, by our financial stability.
Okay.